So welcome to a new video. What we're going to do in this video, we'll show you how to install paint protection film. It's not a normal paint protection film. This one is going to be a carbon fiber paint protection film. So I'll unpack it. So it is made by Vinyl Frog. It looks just as good as the real carbon fiber in this case. Normally, you don't only get carbon fiber, you can get a lot of other things as well as like colors. So if you're looking to change the color of your vehicle, your only option isn't like the PET materials, which is like the vinyl, like the plastic. You can go for the TPU as well, which is like the paint protection film with all the self-healing properties and things like that. So yeah, we'll take you through the stages of how we prep the panel, what are the tools that we use, and yeah, basically that's that. Right, so we've rough cut the size of the PPF we'll need. Next step, you'll want your panel prepped and clean. So you can use either isopropyl alcohol or any kind of like surface cleaner and just like a microfiber. So we'll give it a good spray. Nice wipe down, get rid of anything that's on the paint. Obviously the car's been washed before and like decontaminated and clay barred and stuff like that, so you can get most of like tar or any like melt particles of your brake discs off. Now we're just giving it like a little wipe down in case there's been any dust landing on the panel while it's been sitting in the unit. If you feel the panel, it should be really smooth without any parts of dust or anything like that on. Make sure you go around the edges in that, because that's going to be the most important ones, where bits of dirt and stuff get stuck and it's harder to clean out. Because it is wet installation, obviously you need to wipe around the rest of the area as well, because water is going to make particles travel. So if you've got it wet somewhere around, it can drag bits of dirt in there. So you need to clean the area bigger than you're actually working on. Right, so that's the panel all cleaned. We've got our pre-cut PPF piece there. It comes with a protective cap on it. It doesn't stretch, so before you do anything, you need to remove it. Right, so getting our rough cut bit on the panel. Now we're gonna get more the shape of the actual panel. So line it up, make sure it's long enough on all the edges, because we will need to tuck it around. We'll cut any excess off that we've got, because we can use it for smaller panels like wing mirrors and like smaller trims. Because it is expensive material, you want to save as much as you can possibly do. So got our shape, so we'll remove it from the panel, because we need to give it a last wipe down. Another important thing, so obviously to install PPF you need two liquids. One's going to be your slip solution, which is soapy water mixed with water. So just literally like 20 milliliters of soap inside of water, give it a good shake. That will be your slip solution. And then for areas where you don't need it to slip, where you need to like tuck it down so it sticks, you've got your water. You can also put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol in there, so it dilutes the soap out and it makes the PPF work and stick around the areas. So yeah, that's your two liquids. We have degreased the panel and everything wiped down. We'll just give it a nice rinse over and just go over with like our squeegee to get any bits of dust or static that's on the panel. Just nice clean strokes overlapping each stroke, so we've got nice clean panel. So got that. Give it a nice spray on it. Make sure it's nice and wet, because you want it to slip and slide. Right, so we've got it nice and wet. You want to line it up, make sure all the areas are nicely covered. You also want to wet the actual top surface of it, so when you squeegee glides nicely and doesn't drag on the PPF, because it is quite soft material. It can drag it and make it a little bit harder to install. Right, so at the moment, PPFs are all sliding, and we need to start locking it in place. So what we'll do, we'll lift the corner and spray our tack solution, so we can tag the area down. Just literally squeegee all the water out from there. Right, so you will also need a steamer or hot water bowl or kettle or something like that to warm the material up. Turn it on, let it warm up a little bit, and we'll also need to add some water in there. Right, so we've got it all down. We'll give it a quick wipe and check, see if we've got any water bubbles left anywhere. So that seems all good. So we've got it all down up to the edges. We'll let it sit on the panel a little bit, dry out, and then we'll get on to trimming the edges and tucking them around. Right, so it's been sitting for a little bit. We come back to it, and I've noticed there's a little water bubble left in there, so it has kind of dried. So what we'll do, we'll suck the water out. Get a tiny little needle, just literally suck it out, press down and pull your needle out, and that's it gone. Like it was never there. Right, now like the edges have dried a little bit, the water is not there anymore, so they should be a lot more sticky. So we'll start working on finishing it off. Right, so we'll trim the excess off. With the wheel arch, we'll try to see the corner down first. Kind of wrap it around, so it confirms the nice round shape. And then we can cut it down. So what I'm doing, I'm putting tension on the film with my left hand while cutting with my right hand, so it gives it a nice clean cut. Otherwise you'll just have like jiggly edges. This way, when you put tension on, it gives it a nice clean cut, and when you roll it around the edge, it gives it a nice clean finish. Still need to work around these areas, but we'll just trim it a little bit shorter so it's easier to work with and less material to handle. And then once we've got it trimmed back, we just get a heat gun. Don't get too close, and just slowly kind of roll it around the edge. Not stretching it, we're not pulling it, just literally bit by bit, just rolling it around. Right, we'll move on to the front corners. I'll trim this off a little bit. So a lot of it is on the headlight, so it doesn't get in the way and get stuck to it. We'll just trim it off. Just to prove a point, we've just literally cut on the headlight, moved it off, and there's no cuts on the headlight. Yeah, so when you're cutting PPF, you'll literally just need to use the weight of your finger, scar the top surface of it, and once you rip it, it just rips on the little cut, so you don't actually cut on the headlight. So when you see us cutting on the paint job and car and stuff like that, we're not actually cutting the paint, we're literally scarring the top surface of the PPF and then ripping it, and that's how it comes off. So we'll try to tug these edges around, just warming it up a little bit just so it's a bit more flexible, and just work our way around like you normally would with your vinyl. It would have been a lot easier if the headlight was removed, but we're just lazy, so we've left it in. So we'll have to work around it. Shouldn't be a big deal, but yeah, also you want to make sure that your knife is super sharp, because the material is really thick, a lot thicker than your normal like vinyl, so your blade has to be super sharp to cut through it. You will feel a lot more drag than you would on your normal vinyl. Again, we're just scarring the top surface of it. You can hear the squeak, which means we have not cut through all the way. If you don't hear the squeak, then it means that you either cut through it or have not cut deep enough. Well, not the last bit, but onto the top bit, basically the same as we've done it all the way around. Just basically warm it up and just roll it roll it around the edges. Make sure that you've not got any water bubbles stuck on the creases, because it's harder to put pressure on where it runs like around the bend, so it's like very hard to get it out around the bend. So a lot of the times on these kind of body lines you've got a little bit of water left, so when you go to squeegee it out, make sure that you've got all the water around from them. We'll just get this edge all nice and trimmed. You can see that it's not cut through because it didn't squeak a lot, so it hasn't cut through all of it, and it doesn't want to rip. So obviously the blade is coming to a very end, so pretty much every cut you make, you need to snap off like an end, so you've got a nice and sharp blade. Now you can hear the squeak. It means it's scarring it enough to then rip. Yeah, so as I said before, if you don't hear the squeak, it's either too deep or like too shallow. Sometimes it's hard to work out the pressure because it goes around the curves and different surfaces and stuff, but you just basically need to get your hand to it. It's better to cut not deep enough than cutting it too deep. So yeah, I normally try to put less pressure on and then cut it again than cutting it too deep and obviously damaging the paint. So that's the top all trimmed. So we'll just go over with feet again and just make sure that it's nice and stuck down. Right, that's that done. All we've got is this inside edge, and this ring is pretty much done. Same again, we're just warming up the corner and just rolling it around so it confirms nice and round edge. You can see I'm not rolling it all the way around straight away. I'm just literally getting over the first edge, just so I've got it nice and straight. And then once it's all tucked down around the first kind of bend, then we tuck it in all the way around. So you just slowly need to work your way around. Otherwise you can leave like bubbles on the very edge, and it doesn't look right. So now that we've done it the first time, we can go in deeper and just roll it all the way around. Right, that's that all tucked in. So that's how you do carbon PPF. Again, thanks to Vinyl Frog for sending this material for this build. It looks absolutely amazing. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know that's not real carbon fiber. So yeah, if you like yours, visit Vinyl Frog's website and order yours. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.